Welcome to Talking with ILM Practitioners, volume number 10. And yes, welcome. For those who are meeting for the first time, my name is Sahara, and I am Elan Left Method practitioner and movement teacher based in Toronto, Canada, currently offering one-on-one treatment sessions. And today I have a special guest, my first North American guest here. Yay! Ximena Esca. Oh, I need to ask her for her last name. I just learned her last name now, even though I have seen it many times. I never knew how to pronounce it. Ximena Esca, I think. We'll ask her. But she's a fellow practitioner. We just finished the advanced course together in Poland this past December. And yes, we were also actually roommates for all 3 meetings during the advanced course, which was really lovely, even though I think we saw each other more in studio than in our own room. Just because I think both of us were here and there and just was really there to sleep. So, but I'm just so happy to have her as a guest here, and I can't wait to talk to her. So thank you for being here, and she will be joining very soon, I think. Oops. Ah, here you go. Okay, now I see. Yeah!
Hi. Hi.
Hi, thank you for making this transition so smooth. I thought.
Yes, I followed your instructions.
I didn't know it works so seamlessly sometimes.
Nice.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
Good. You. Thank you for making time today.
Thank you for inviting me. This is so fun. I love talking ILM.
This was like because usually with the other people I had this series with, like, we have our like time differences, and it always made me so nervous of like, is this 5 hours time or 6 or 7? And with us it's just 1 hour. I'm like, wow, we're on the same time zone.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost just 1 hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much again for joining, Ximena, and maybe including again of how to say your name. Please introduce yourself.
I heard it. It was fine the second time. It's rzaga. Yeah.
And
All good.
where you are in Mexico. I don't even know if I mentioned that you're from Mexico. This is Ximena from Mexico.
No. I'm joining from Mexico City, Mexico.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. And you're there to doing treatment, and are you doing like also, like, I think you're there to dance too, or not? So you're a dancer. You're
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I trained as a dancer. I don't dance as much right now. Like, if I get invited to a project that is interesting to me and I want to do it, then I will dance. But it's not like I'm aiming to dance, you know? I'm mostly treating and teaching every now and then.
teaching the movement.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like to mix. I like to I call them like just movement sessions, or like restorative movement sessions, or it's mostly like, yeah, movement meant to make you feel good and meant to make you feel lighter. I don't know. And yeah, I obviously take a lot of inspiration from ILM, but I also did a yoga training a few years ago. So there's also some yoga involved, and there's also some dancing involved. And yeah, so those are my movement sessions, just like
that.
a salad. Yeah.
I want to kind of dig way back. Like, how did you get into movement? Like, how did it start for you?
Movement in
In general?
general, like that. As a kid, I started with dance classes, like probably around 8 or 9. Like I had my aunt was a dancer or is a dancer, and actually, like my mom's side of the family is Lebanese. My mom's grandparents came from Lebanon, and so my aunt would teach us belly dancing and also like a bit of uh, contemporary dance and yeah, just like stuff, yeah, body related. And then like she stopped teaching, and so I went to studios and just kept going. Yeah.
And as a kid, like, what was it? Well, first of all, was it the most attractive thing of all the other things you did, or was it the only thing you did?
Mm,
Like, of
I think it was, well, no, I also did sports in school a bit. Like I tried basketball. Well, I always hated anything with
me
balls. Like I'm
too.
very, I'm scared of balls. Like I don't like them. So yeah, I didn't like sports in school, and then I was doing dancing. I also did like a bit of theater in elementary school. I loved like dressing up and stuff, and but yeah, like around 13, 14, it was like purely dance, and I did like all kinds of styles. Like I was taking hip hop and ballet and jazz and whatever I could find.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the like exciting you about the dance, and what drew you to?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know. It was just enjoyable to me. Like I was always looking forward for my dance classes after school. You know, it was like my time. And yeah, it was just an enjoyable moment in my evenings, and sometimes it was like a lot of hours in the afternoon, and I really enjoyed like taking my body to that physicality. You know, like yeah, feeling I don't know, probably after sitting all day in school uh, in the mornings, then it was really enjoyable to move all afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually for me. It's very clear explanation, and just like also coming from a dance background, I think it's like I on a on reflecting back, it's a lot of disciplines in dance, and I
Yeah.
always like start to get curious, like as a kid, so
Mm.
how do you get into it when such a young age?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I didn't feel discipline like it was weighing on me, you know. I was naturally disciplined. Like I really loved going every day and not missing a day of my dance classes. And
Oh.
yeah, later that changed. But yeah.
Nice. And how did you meet Elon Live Method?
Um, I met Ilan Lev Method because I was doing a dance program abroad, like around my 5th year in school here. Like I was very sick of my school here in Mexico, so I went abroad, and I was doing this like pre-professional dance program with Kibbutz Contemporary Dance Company. And I had an injury on my lower back from way before, and it kept coming back every once in a while, especially when I was like nervous about something or stressed, or too overworked or whatever. And then it was this like really strong spasms in my lower back, that kind of related to my hip. And yeah, I would just like from 1 second I would like spasm and couldn't move suddenly. And then when I was doing this program and this thing happened like 1 week before our final performance, like this super important performance. uh,
Oi.
yeah, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to dance. And then one of my teachers said like, no, you're gonna dance. Go see this person. Like, stop going to the physiotherapist. Stop going to do massages. and like go see this person. And I went to see this person who happened to be an ILM left method practitioner, of course. She didn't tell me what it was. She just said like, go see this person. And I went. Yeah. And I went, and of course, like the pain decreased a lot on one after the first session. I only did one session because it was my last week in that place, you know. So I like the pain decreased a lot, and then throughout the next days, it kept decreasing more and more.
Whoa.
And then I was able to perform.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So that was my meeting, one meeting with ILM, and then it just stayed, you know, in the back of my mind, because that injury was very present and like very restrictive in many ways, and I was very tired of it. And with this one ILM session, I wasn't sure what, but something deep changed. You know, I could feel that it was something much deeper, because any other treatment I would feel like maybe it helps, but it was always kind of on the surface, you know, like on the muscles. I don't know. And after this session, it felt like something really deep in my hip that had opened up. And I was like, well, that's, I don't know, something happened. uh, and then also after that one session, it almost never came back, the injury. Or if it did, I had like this very strong awareness of like, okay, it's happening, like something's happening in my body. And then I was able to prevent it before it got to that, you know,
After just one session.
very, yeah. One
Whoa.
session. One session in 2019. No, beginning of 2020. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a miracle story for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And like, I guess with this injury or with other injuries too, like you were seeing a whole bunch of other, like, not that they're like other body practitioners. Is that true? Or like you mentioned, you were seeing physio and
Yeah, but that was before this ILM session that I had. I was seeing the physiotherapist, and I was doing also shiatsu, which everything helped, but nothing helped as much as ILM. Yeah, and then after that, yeah, I didn't do it again because I came back to Mexico, and so
I see, right?
yeah,
Because it was the last week of the school, the
yeah,
program school, but the
yeah,
program.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And like how long was it in between from this session to when you entered the course, and like what was the shift from um, receiving it and then, because I think it's always different to receive something so wonderful and then another thing to want to become a person who's doing the practice. So what was that shift for after that?
Well, I think it it stayed like on the back of my head. Like I never thought in that moment when I received the session, I didn't think, oh, I'm gonna become a practitioner. It was a memory, you know, of this one thing that really helped me. And then so this was in 2020 that I received my first ILM session, like very beginning before like
All
January.
right.
And then I think it was 2022. Yeah, 2022. I decided I'm gonna do the course. Like and the shift happened because I was like on a breaking moment with dance. I feel like I was a bit tired, not of dancing itself, but I was very tired of the dance industry and what it was asking from me. And I felt like I was fighting myself in order to keep dancing, if that makes sense. Like I had to go against many things, and yeah, it just felt like a fight, you know. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from dancing professionally, at least, because I'd never stopped dancing. I dance every day, but I was like, I'm gonna take a break from professional dancing and auditioning and trying to get into projects and stuff, because it was really weighing on me. So I thought I've always like since I was in school, I always like touching people, you know, like when we were in school and they would make us like massage ourselves or whatever. I always enjoyed like this physical touch and making others feel good and whatever. So I had the idea of studying something related to that, like maybe massage or like Chinese medicine, or I don't know, something. And then this little seed in the back of my head was like, ah, what about that thing I did like 2 years ago? Maybe I should look into that. And so like I went into the ILM method webpage to like read like if it was possible for me to become a practitioner or not. What do I need to do? Yeah, so I saw that they had actually an international program. uh, and so, but it was 2022, so it was like the pandemic was over but not like fully over, you know, it was kind of in the middle. No one knew if it was over or not. uh, so yeah, I texted with the people in Poland uh, about joining the course, but then the international course in Poland didn't happen that year because like it was supposed to be, they told me it's gonna be on Zoom for 9 months, and then we meet in Poland for 10 days, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. um, but then it didn't happen. And they were like, no, we're gonna do these 4 meetings in Poland. And back then I was like, I don't have the money to travel 4 times to Poland, so I'm not gonna do it. And so they transferred me. Uh, but like, yeah, they told me that the Israeli course was actually happening. So I talked to Yaniv, who leads the basic course, both the international and that one. And yeah, he told me like, this is something we've never tried. This is an experiment, but we're gonna like do it on Zoom. So we're gonna have our physical classes, like, yeah, present, I don't know how to say it, like with everyone in the room. We're gonna have the classes, and we're gonna broadcast those classes through Zoom for you and the few international people that want to do it. So, and he told me like, this is an experiment. We don't know if it works. We don't know how it's gonna work. And I said like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Like, I really wanted to. I knew that was what I was gonna do that year. So yeah, I jumped into the experiment. Yeah.
I wanted to almost like ask like what was like the pinpoint to say yes, but it's like it seems like there was no.
Yeah, and also I remember seeing this Zoom meeting. Like I wasn't live on the meeting, but they sent me the recording of a meeting where Tom, who we know, and I think there's also, you have a conversation with him.
Yes.
He was telling his experience about doing the course by himself somewhere in Germany with no other practitioners around, and also Yaniv, you know, telling his story about how Tom became a great practitioner, learning by himself. So that really motivated me, and I was like, yeah, like I'm fine learning by myself. And I knew eventually I would get there and meet people and meet the teachers, and I would catch up, you know. So I just trusted that was the option in the moment, and I took it. Yeah.
And how was the learning process for you?
I think very at the beginning it was hard. It was kind of frustrating a bit. Like I didn't have a bed. I wasn't living in the city. I was somewhere else, like in a small town. I still had like a full-time job, so I would have like one day off, and on that day off, I would wake up at 5 in the morning to join the classes. And I was like practicing on a on a treatment table. I was practicing on a bed, on a sleeping bed, which is terrible because it's so soft and higher, and it was terrible. But I was just like there trying to figure things out. Like I would make my partner wake up at 5 in the morning for me to practice on him, um, and I didn't know what I was doing really. I was just like following kind of like the choreography part of it. Then I came to Mexico and I got my bed, I mean to Mexico City, and I got my bed, and I was able to like go a bit deeper in terms of the technique, because having the right material made it so much easier already. So yeah, those first 6 months, I think, they were really hard. But also, like, I think Yaniv also did a very good job from afar. He was seeing us in this very big screen, and he would even give feedback through the screen, and that felt nice also to feel like I was included with the group working in Tel Aviv. And so, yeah, and then I joined the study group in Amsterdam. So I'm like, I'm done being alone. I need to meet other practitioners and people who can help me. So I flew to Amsterdam, and I was there for 1 month, and I was taking the weekly classes with Anastasia and with Omer, who is another practitioner. And I also met Teresa, who's another practitioner in Amsterdam. So I was like taking my classes with them, and I also did like a few one-on-one sessions kind of to catch up and make sure I know it, that I'm ready and that I learned correctly. Yeah.
And how far in the process was this when you went to Amsterdam?
This was the 6th month of my basic course. Yeah.
And this was the weekly course. It's one year, or
it's 9 months, like a baby.
So you were in the Netherlands for the last 3 months or 1 month?
No, for 1 month, and then the last 3 months I joined the group in Tel Aviv.
And what was it like from being like your solo capsule into practicing with other people? What was that like?
That was also challenging, I believe. I think at the beginning I was very insecure a bit of what I was doing, I was like, I don't know, like, am I touching right? Am I doing this right? And there was a lot of those thoughts that I later discovered are very against ILM. Like, am I doing this right or not? But in the moment, I really wanted to get things right, and it was just challenging to meet people and to get feedback, and just like to make sure that I had everything in order. Yeah.
You relate to the feeling for sure.
Yeah, especially the first year, because you don't know what you're doing, and you also don't know that it's okay to not know what you're doing, Yeah. But no, it was great also. Yeah.
And I guess this is like a bit two-part question. Like, once you enter, because there's a whole bunch of other modalities of body work. Sometimes people have different ways of healing work. Did you felt like this is my tool, this is my my place, or did you feel like there was something that opened for more interest of something else, or I don't.
No, I think I always had. I was sure because the method worked on me. Like,
Right.
Like I experienced it firsthand.
Yeah.
So there was never a doubt of whether this is the right path or not. It was just other kinds of doubts. But later it all became much lighter, and I think traveling for the last 3 months and meeting everyone, like meeting Yaniv, meeting Gaia, and all these wonderful people, like, all of our teachers, Sela, who is watching, I think, all of our guides who are such loving people, and just meeting all the community, I think, and feeling this embrace really made me sure that this is the right place to be.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very clear for me because I know you, and I actually would have never guessed if you didn't share that you studied alone on Zoom. Like I never guessed, so it's amazing that I guess from COVID we learned something that
Yeah.
that can help. Um,
Yeah, because also learning by myself gave me so much space to explore, to like find things out for myself, which I think is also very enriching.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like not from the ILM, but a friend of mine used to study like a Thai yoga massage.
Hmm.
Never experienced it, but I went because of my friend, and I loved the experience so much. And then at the end, she decided not to do it because she was saying I take on too much as a practitioner, like the practitioner, and I realized it's not like I had an interest of learning Thai yoga massage, but I realized I can't be a practitioner, or I don't know how you call it, therapist. And
Yeah.
I'm just always so happy to know when you dive into a path and that's like that feels right. Like
Yeah.
just hear
Yeah. Yeah.
her story, like it just made me really grateful of myself, but also anybody else who, because it's a lot of commitment, no, from so far.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But there's, I don't know, I think there's nothing, something I've noticed in many ILM practitioners and in the method that has this commitment that is coming from a very genuine
Yeah,
place. I don't know, that really something is calling you and you follow it, and you get to the right
right.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you, as when you were dancing? Oh, you had some comments in
Ah,
Ximena incredibly
Adri.
throughout
Oh,
there.
she's my
Oh,
patient.
session with her leaves me significantly better. Ah.
Te queremos, Adri.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. So how that's amazing that it sounds already you're forwarding what you experience or to people who
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And I think especially when people come with hip issue, like hip lower back issues, it's like especially significant because it's how I got to the method, from a hip and lower back injury. So yeah.
And how is your hip and back now? Is it still
And
sometimes?
no, it's yes, like sometimes it will give me trouble, like since I'm not dancing like thoroughly or like intensely, it's much better. It was like yeah, the high intensity dancing that was not very helpful. Uh, Sometimes it comes back, but yeah, of course, the method has given me so many tools. Like I said, like already this first session I had in 2020 gave me this kind of awareness that I don't know where it came from, for noticing when it's coming. And now that I did the course, of course, I have like a million tools on how on how to get rid of it before it gets bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that like with the ILM, how like the significant decrease in worrying about the pain, that it will stay, like that it becomes part of
Yeah.
you. I think, I mean, both for, I think for dancers or any kind of physical, like anybody who does physical, like as their tool, like athletes or musicians, like, but actually anybody, like we all use some kind, like even with the computer, like you're doing this for, I don't know, 8 hours. So that's a lot of, physical
Yeah.
restriction. And
Yeah, for sure.
to not have that pain be like a worry, it's
Mhm.
a gift.
Yeah.
So, anything at the moment you're like excited about working on, and with all the tools from the advanced course and whatnot?
Yeah. everything. I don't know. I feel like the advanced course was very like a shifting point for me, like in my practice, I think. I had like, I don't know, what was it, like 6 months in between, like I finished the basic and before starting the advanced course. And I feel like the advanced course really opened up many things in my own body and in the way I understand the method. Um, and I, I mean, we learned very specific tools, of course, uh, but most of it, like for me, is like understanding the limitless of it, you know, yeah, how the method, like you never learn it, you're never like done learning it, and that's what makes me the most excited right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, just the fact that it's not over, even if it felt like it's over and now we got a diploma and whatever. uh, like every day I keep learning new things on you know, on the table, and with every new patient that comes there's new information, and I'm like, you know, I have to find new information within myself also. So yeah, now I'm just excited about it. I'm excited about having it in my life, and knowing that it's, yeah, never over. um, and yeah, that I don't know. And also, and also the, like all the self-treatment tools make me very excited as well. Like
Yeah.
being, yeah, just being able to treat myself for anything. Like I suffer a lot from migraines,
Oh.
and like every now and then, I'm not sure what it's related to. Sometimes to stress, sometimes like maybe if I eat too much sugar, I don't know, but I get migraines often. uh, and now, like, it's, wow, it's been so amazing for me to be able to self-treat my migraines through ILM and not through pills, you know. That's just amazing.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
wanted to hear about you treated your recently.
My what?
Your
Sorry?
cat.
I did.
I was like,
Well,
so sorry because I that was like when I was reading, I'm like, whoa, like
yeah. Yeah, I also love that you put a cat emoji on the title. Uh, yeah, I have been treating my cat for a while now. Like, I started just doing energetic treatment, you know. For anyone who doesn't know, we do this, and it's energetic treatment, and I can be treating
okay,
you right now. Uh,
sounds good.
so, like, I have two
Oh, you
cats, and one of
do.
them, yeah, and one of them has like a heart condition that has been giving him like many problems in the past 6 7 months or something. um and yeah, so first I started with the energetic treatment, and I didn't know if it helped. Like I could notice that he enjoyed it in a way. Like when I started doing this, he wouldn't go away. He would like you know, drop, and it just seemed like he was enjoying himself, or he would start purring also.
Oh,
uh, and yeah, and then recently, like the story that I shared in the group was that he got um, not surgery, but just, I don't know, some procedure that was kind of invasive. They had to like remove some water from his lungs or something. And he came back and he was like very weak and very just like not doing well, like not eating, not playing, clearly not being himself. Um, and then I was doing, like, I didn't treat him, like actively treat him, but I did a movement class, and he was like, when we laid on the floor, he was on top of me, like he was laying on my chest while we were doing like all these vibration things on the floor. And then throughout the whole movement class, it was like 40 minutes or something, he was all the time like next to me. And then it was like another miracle story that after the movement class, he was again like super active and like playing with the other cat and jumping again and like drinking water. And yeah, he was just like back to being himself. and it was very beautiful to watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he kind of also was the like actively participating. Like it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of ways.
He was the one coming to me. I wasn't like, come do the movement class with me. I was doing the movement class. I wasn't pushing him to come do the class with me. He just happened to be there, and he he joined because he wanted to. Yeah. It was very cute. And yeah, every day, like, I keep doing all these things whenever I can, because I know he's not okay, like, his heart issue is gonna be there and it's not gonna be cured. But I always try to give him a little extra, and he's already a cat that you can tell wants to live, because he has had so many like surgeries and interventions that the vet says, like, there's like 50-50 chance that he might not make it, and every time he makes it, and every time he comes back home, and every time he's okay after it. So I'm like, this cat wants to live, and I help him with a bit more of this.
My God.
Yeah.
Like cat version of Elon.
Yeah.
Wow. He's a old cat too, or?
No, no, that's the sad part, that he's 2 years old, but
Okay.
he was born with this condition, so there's nothing really that we can do about it except allow him to live a happy life for as much as he can.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a lucky cat and such a beautiful
Yeah.
um I guess
Yeah.
it's part of your like like a daily practice too, or it,
Huh?
it becomes part
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of daily practice.
Yeah, just like sometimes, I don't know, if he comes to my lap, instead of petting him, I will do this. Or both, like a mix of both, I do this and I clean, and then I do more of this, and and I clean. Yeah.
Sometime I want to see video of this.
Uh, I may have, but I'll do more. Yeah, because sometimes, yeah, cats become shy when you start taping.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. And for yourself, what's kind of been tip of your practice now? Is it the self
What's been what?
like a tip of your practice now? Is it more about treating your clients, your patients, or self treatment, movement class, or is it all blended of what you?
Um, no, I think it's mostly giving treatment
Mhm.
to others. That would be like the tip of my practice right now. And also what I enjoy doing the most, like connecting to other people and meeting them through the body and the information that's in their body. It's just, yeah, it's my favorite part. Um, and then the self-treatment, of course, like feeling good within myself and getting rid of my migraines much faster than before. uh, so yeah, that's the tip of my practice for now. And
Amazing.
yeah.
Uh, Anything you are doing that you want to share before we start to wrapping of like where can people find you? How can people come for this amazing treatment?
um Anything, well, I don't have anything coming up, but whoever's in Mexico, I do movement sessions once a month in the park, Chapultepec. So
What a
come.
joy!
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's mostly giving treatment, and yeah, I'm working in Mexico City for now. I have my clinic here in Roma Sur, and they can find me on this
Okay.
Instagram, wherever it is, guión bajo cuerpo punto habitado.
Tag. For those
Yeah,
who don't know how to pronounce anything.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm always available on Instagram, and yeah, that's it.
Kat, who's the student in the New York course, she comes to me often, and we were mentioning, because I know with the New York course, the location of the schooling has been a little bit challenging due to the original place
Yeah.
not becoming available due to fire. And she was like saying like, we should go somewhere like warm, and like we should go to like Mexico. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be more expensive to fly and move around, but it's kind of like it's the country is cheaper, so it would be probably easier to find a place that is cheaper in terms of food and accommodation.
Wow.
But yeah,
I think
that's not my decision.
no,
Yeah,
wish,
yeah, there's also, yeah, no.
no, just the wish to be there just really was exciting. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I dream about Mexico training, but that's that's a project for many years from now, not yet.
because there's you
Yeah.
now, and also somebody, what's her name?
Yeah, there's
Maria.
me and there's Maria. Yeah, she's about to finish her basic course, and yeah, for anyone else, she's also in Guadalajara, and there's also Sasha, who you met, who lives also in Guadalajara. She's doing the New York basic course. She's coming on this weekend. Actually, we're gonna do her Zoom practice together.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
Please say hi. Send her
yeah,
love. Wow,
yeah.
world is small. I can't believe that I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
But sorry, you were about to mention something, no?
No, that she's coming, and then that I'm just so excited about receiving. I'm like, when she was like, "Can I do the Zoom meeting with you?" I'm like, "Yes, please come." Like, I'm all yours. Just yeah, I really miss receiving treatment when I'm here.
I hear you.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, because we saw each other in the first module training of the New York course, and for those who are watching, you know the story already. But I had a 3-day adventure in Niagara Falls where I couldn't cross the border.
yeah,
But I was supposed to see you like for at least few days. Like I was kind of there in the middle. You were there at the beginning, so there should have been more days of overlapping, which ended up
yeah.
being like half a day or almost a day.
Yeah, like one night and one morning. Yeah.
Wow, you can imagine, I was like stuck and mostly sitting, waiting around on the hotel lobby most of the time.
Yeah.
Long story short, like your quick treatment really just like shed everything. It was just so powerful, and
No.
yeah.
I mean, it was very quick because it was like the end of a the end of a long day, and I really wanted to share more.
Me too.
But we did what we could.
Yeah. And we were able to do that in Poland, no? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I get to see you and do more of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we meet again for the second module in New York.
Oh, right,
Hopefully.
right. Yes. Or coming to. I've never been to Mexico.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Well, you have to. Now you have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's Doris speaking about New York.
Hi, Doris.
So yeah, I think if you have anything else, please share. But I think we'll say ciao for now, or hola for now, maybe.
Yeah, no, this was fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining today, and let's keep in touch and do more and more and more.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep spreading the magic.
Happy humans and happy cats and dogs.
Yes.
Just happy.
for sure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.